Shalom Aleichem. Mishnah Yomi is in chapter 3 of Nedarim, Mishnah Tet, continuing in Halach Achar Lashon B'nei Adam, the concept that we follow the normal usage, the colloquial use of terminology in interpreting Nedarim. So Mishnah 9, a noder mina yilodim. Someone takes a neder from yilodim. Now, yeled means a child. Yilodim basically means those who are born. But it doesn't necessarily tell you those who already were born or will be born. So what does this mean? Muter benoladim. He's still allowed to have benefit from noladim, from creatures that will be born in the future after the neder. Min hanoladim, if his neder is against those who are nolad. Now nolad is the same shorish, the same root of yeled, but the nun makes it passive. So it's as if saying those who become born. So here, asr beyilodim, he's forbidden from benefit from anything that gets born. Now the word nolad can mean in the future, but it could also mean those who are already born. So it can mean both. So he's kind of stuck. Rabbi Meir matir af beyilodim. Rabbi Meir allows in this case those who are yilud in the sense that they will become born in the future. So his neder is against things that were already born, but not those who will be born in the future. Chachamim omrim, but the sages say, Lo nitkaven zeh, his intention of the vower was not ella b'mi shedarko laholid. When he was talking about nilodim or yilodim, he was talking about species that give birth. So any creature that gives live birth, including people, that's included, but birds and fish which lay eggs are not. Now Mishnah Yud is really juicy. Hanoder mishovte Shabbat. Someone takes a vow against those who rest on the Sabbath. Asr b'Yisrael, he is forbidden from having benefit from the Jewish people who Baruch Hashem keep the Shabbos, and Shabbos also keeps the Jewish people. The Asr b'Kutim, and he's also forbidden with the Cutheans. The Cutheans are also known as the Samaritans. They are a tribe that was imported from outside of Israel. The Gemara talks about this in the 4th chapter of Brachos, how Sencheriv, that Sencheriv, about 2,700 and change years ago, invaded the northern kingdom, sent a lot of the Jews in the north into exile, but there was no one really there, so you understand what we call nowadays ethnic cleansing and population transfer. He imported illegal immigrants from Cutha to settle in the northern kingdom in Samaria. They were attacked by lions. They complained, and he said, we'll send you a Jewish priest to teach you the ways of the land so the lions don't kill you. So these Cutheans end up converting to Judaism, but it was sort of a half-hearted conversion, as we're going to see. So what about the Mishnah goes on, me'ochle shum, those who eat garlic. This refers to a takana of Ezra, that the Jews should eat garlic on Friday night for their health, and as we mentioned in Ketuvot, for the health of their families. So Asr b'Yisrael, so he's forbidden to have benefit from the Jews who are noheg like this, to eat garlic. Asr b'Kutim, and also the Cutheans took upon this minhag, this custom as well. Even though the Cutheans famously didn't really accept rabbinical laws, and this was obviously rabbinical takana, an enactment of Ezra, they really kind of only did the biblical stuff, and they were sort of wishy-washy about that sometimes. But this rabbinical edict, they were known to follow, so it applied to them as well. What about Me'ole Yerushalayim, those who go up to Jerusalem? We should see it rebuilt very soon. Asr b'Yisrael, the Jews do that. Jews go to Yerushalayim. Mutar b'Kutim, but he can still have benefit from the Kutim, the Samaritans. Now the Bartanura points out, and we've seen many places, the Samaritans would stay away from Yerushalayim. They had nothing to do with the temple. They had their own little temple on Har Grizim. And later on, a few generations later, for a while, their status, their sincerity in conversion was doubtful. But then later, our sages went up on Har Grizim, and they found they were not only davening to Hashem there, but they had some idols, some bird idols that they had imported from Cutha that they were also praying to. So they were really, it turns out they were idolatrous. And we mentioned the Cutheans were known as the Samaritans because they lived in Samaria. If you hear the English phrase good Samaritan, we think that means, he's a great guy, he's a good Samaritan, he helps out. What it really means is most of the Samaritans were truly evil and would trick other people and would do idolatry. So a good Samaritan was somewhat of a rarity. So it's sort of a strange way that phrase got into English and is commonly misunderstood. Yashar kochachem, sei gesund.